Hello, everyone, and welcome to the GMologist Presents. We are back to
Hello.
continue with Streamroller. Hello. We are back with Streamroller. We said hello.
Hello.
Continue. I heard you. Our continue. I'm being to
He's
continue our
being very
hashtag. Our
silly.
to
You are
con-
acting privileged, like you're the GM or something.
Oh, right. That is day 9 for us. Privilege. It is a
Mhm.
privilege to be the GM, I think. The other players choose you to run for them, so one should treat it as a privilege and not as much of a burden that we covered before, and not that is something of a right. The players that your group of friends that you join with or at a convention, the convention organizers have given you the privilege to run. And I think that's a great a great attitude to have going into a game is that, you know, it's a privilege to run for you. And maybe I should start saying that, hey guys, at a convention, hey guys, gals, men and women, ladies and gentlemen, it is a privilege to run for you today. And today we are running whatever we're running. So I think that's a pretty cool word. What do you think in the context of gaming when you hear privilege?
I don't know. I mean, as a character,
Hmm.
sometimes I think that some characters act too privileged and that gets them into trouble.
Maybe.
But I think it's a privilege to get to do like the test games that we get to do every once in a while, or it's a privilege for us to have a YouTube channel and be able to run these and get gaming out to everybody. And it's a privilege when people want to play in the games with us.
Right.
Like it's always a privilege, for me to have you run my birthday games. And it's a big privilege to always have friends playing the games, no matter what weird thing I come up with, whether it's playing ponies or killing dead things.
Right. Killing dead things. Yeah, I think it's a very interesting concept, the concept of privilege. I think if we had that, in a way, right, where we live in in these countries that we live in, um, it is a privilege to be able to play these games,
Mm-hmm.
and we should be appreciative of the ability to do so. Don't you think?
And yeah, I also think it's a privilege that people spend face to face time with you and look you in the eyes when you're playing the game or doing a recording, looking at the people that we're doing the recording for instead of being off doing something else.
I know,
Because
but
we are privileged to have people watching our show and privileged to have people play in our games and all the crazy little things we come up with.
yeah, this
And
is
I would
true.
say the ones that have been gaming with us a long time, it's a big privilege to see them grow their characters or grow themselves or grow in their love for a new game, even a new gaming system. I mean, how
Right,
many times have we watched some of them play? Oh, I only play Dungeons and Dragons, and then they play something like Savage Worlds. And
right,
you give them the ability to wield two guns in the old west, and you've got new new fans for life.
right. That's very true. It's very true. So moving on then,
Shh, it's a secret.
right. Secret is next. What Well, there are always secrets, I feel, in our role-playing games. Um, and it's fun. It's really fun to reveal them to characters. It's really fun to get one over on characters, I think. And to keep those secrets, the secret of what's going on or what's happening in the campaign, that's one of the funnest things to do, I think, is to reveal these secrets. I don't know, hopefully not reveal is another word somewhere, but to have and keep these secrets. And sometimes, honestly, it's hard not to share them because you're like, oh, I want to do this in the campaign, or I want this secret to occur. I think it was kind of cool when we played Walking Dead the other day, the little secrets that people had or that a certain group had or that could hold from each other if they wanted to share them. It's kind of a fun point in the game, and also a freely game in Alien RPG. Each character is built with a secret in the cinematic play, so like the pre-made adventures, and that secret is works counter to other player characters' motivations and goals, or it can help them, or at some point.
Yep.
What do you think
You
about
know,
secrets?
well, I mean, I agree with that. The other thing it brings up is how playing used to have to be a secret in the 80s when we had the
Satanic panic and stuff.
panic over everything, and it was underground, and you're in school and you couldn't be the nerdy one, and you couldn't be playing Dungeons and Dragons. You're supposed to be at the football games or cheerleading or whatever else you were supposed to be at, walking around in the mall aimlessly or putting on way too much blue eyeshadow and pink lipstick,
Yeah,
and seeing how many shoulder pads you could get in there until you looked like you had more padding than the football players. Yeah.
that's kind of funny. I think one of the neatest times I used secret was when I ran a Hyperborea game a couple years ago at North Texas, and I did employ that. I gave each character a secret, and they could
Mm-hmm.
exploit it or not, or use it to their advantage or not during the course of the game. And I thought that was pretty fun, and people really liked that because it kind of could dictate like which direction they want because it was pretty open, like how the session was going to go, and it kind of gave players different directions or different abilities in a crisis situation um, to exploit. So I thought that was pretty cool. So
Yeah.
any crazy secrets in games that you know of or see or
Well,
remember?
most recently, when I was playing in the Red Star Lone Star game,
Hmm.
when one of the characters was not as close to my character. Now, as as a player, I'm very close to that player. I've played with him in many, many games, and he knew player to player. I told him that I was secretly going to send his character off to be bait in in the big fight,
Hmm.
but he thought it was more fun playing that character as if he didn't know than it would have been if it was part of the master plan that he knew about.
Right. That's pretty cool. Yeah, it's really neat. It's fun maybe to hold secrets from other player characters and have reveals. Um, Sometimes it can be overused, like I'm the secret son of a king type of thing, but sometimes they could be fun. It could be fun.
Not everybody can have a secret child off in another land where nobody ever knows, and suddenly they get $1 million in coins to go start their campaigns.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun though. If it's rolled randomly, it's kind of neat.
It is. It is. But I think some of the more fun secrets I've come across are like going into somewhere and then you hear a secret from somebody, and then, like a rumor, you go off to find out if it's true or not. But you know what else that takes? Tact,
Tact, how
which
to
is day
communicate
11.
this.
Huh?
Yes, how to communicate the secret. Tact. That tact is a very, yeah, I think tact. That's
That can
very
be
interesting.
in game and out of game. Like I've mentioned before, sometimes players are just tactless to other
Yes.
players, you
Yes.
know?
Mhm. That is true. That is true.
So
Tact,
remaining tactful.
right.
But at the same time, it all goes back to several of the other talking points.
Mhm.
If you're not tactful in the way you go about things, you're going to get found out,
Right.
or you'll lose your campaign, or if you're not tactful and you don't pay attention to things, you could be given a wrong secret, wink, wink, and
Mhm.
then you end up on the wrong track altogether and you lose the campaign that way. So being more of a tactician, I think, is a good thing. Set up, ready to go, have a plan, have a mission, have an end goal.
Yeah, and I think tact is I mean, both as a player in the context of socially interacting with your fellow players and something timed
That's
out.
okay.
All right.
That's okay.
And then but I lost my train of thought. Oh, no, tact also like diplomacy, how you interact with other NPCs, what is a interesting concept to think about in during gameplay. And but do you use that? Do you let players riff and then give it to them, or do you? I think what I've been trying to do is be more objective and give players a bonus if they give me a good argument or they hit touch points that I preconceived, um, not thought about at the spur of the moment, and then let them roll their reaction. Whether it's 2d6 in a BX type game or percentile dice in a AD&D style game, or they give them a bonus on their diplomacy roll or charm or whatever to use that tact to get out of a sticky situation or to be diplomatic in a social situation. I think that is cool, a cool player skill, but that has evolved into a player character ability, right? With the use of skills in diplomacy and the like.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty interesting. That's what I do. That's what I think of when I think of tact.
Yeah, absolutely. No loss on my end. Wink, wink. That's the next one.
Yes, Streamroller is moving on to loss. So you go first, Streamroller. Loss in the context of RPGs.
Well,
Death, right? Obviously.
I'm sorry?
Death.
Well, death, yes, but like loss of your campaign, or what about loss of your way, or your path, you lost the path. So now you've got to travel further out of your way to get there, or even, you're at a table gambling because you need the money for, for your campaign and you lose the money, but you had a great time doing it.
Right, right. Yeah, loss. I think what's just very interesting to me, players get more upset when they lose stuff than when they lose their player character, which is interesting. Um, don't take my stuff. Don't. Fun. I don't know if it's fun. A mean tactic I used to use uh, when we had high level campaigns was to throw a spell called Mordenkainen's Disjunction at players, and they would end up losing some of their magic items, and some would get pretty upset.
Well, yeah.
They
I
lost
mean,
their magic.
I play the Steam games, and there's several survival Steam games that if your character dies, yes, you lose your stuff, but most of them you go back, you collect it, it's all there. But there's a trend right now in the survival games that you lose 10% of everything that you might have had.
Well, like
And it's
randomly.
random.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's random. So then you're like, oh my gosh, but that's what would happen. Well, I
Yeah, and
mean, if
some
you died, you lose it all. So really, you wouldn't get any of it back. But, just how you handle it, the art of the loss.
right. And it's interesting. There's a permanent loss and temporary loss, right? Loss. That's interesting. Brings up another concept. But because you inspired me by talking about video games. So like in World of Warcraft, when you die, you kind of just lose uh, your items just suffer damage. So you just lose some gold, really. And you just run. You lose time because you got to run to your or fly or whatever to your corpse. But there's some MMOs where you would just lose your stuff.
You
Someone
lose it
could
all
someone
together. Yeah.
someone could someone could in a PvP type of MMO, you could be killed, and then the other player that killed you would just you know take your stuff, and you'd lose
Well,
it
in
all.
our campaign in Osric, Trem lost his position because he was attacked at night. So he lost his ring that he had adventured to get that was very powerful, and his
Cloak.
not a cape,
His cloak.
his cloak. And when I went to get him out of jail, he was like, I gamed him once, I'll gain him again. His attitude was, well, I gained him
Nice.
just to lose him. So, the overall feeling he had was, oh, that's okay. What comes goes. But sometimes as players, if we were to lose those, like our magic items, we would
Yeah.
be livid.
Right. But it's, I guess ultimately you guys gotta think it's just a game. I know
It's,
if I lose some of my gaming books, I could be upset. But you know,
yeah. But I dare say, if you don't have anything else to say, I'm at a loss for what the next one is. Just kidding. That's it for these 4 days.
yeah, but you know what? Should we do another unboxing then?
Oh, I was hoping we would have lost that excitement. Haha.
Oh, this one's heavy. Oh. This is a very heavy box. And maybe just one more for people. I don't know. Probably one more today. 15 inches or 38 centimeters by 11 inches or 28 centimeters and 4 inches or 10 centimeters. That works. And this is by from Amit Moshe, Son of Oak Games.
Oh.
This is probably a game that we've been talking about to run and that I've played before, but haven't run. I'm pretty sure. Yep. Look at all this paper and stuff. Legend of the Mist.
You can't really see it well. It's very shiny.
Well, if you close the thing, maybe you can see better. This says Legend of the Mist, Volume 2, or book, like a book cover. I don't know.
It's still very shiny, but
Legend of the Mist Core Book 2. That's not the only thing that's in here.
it's a big box. I would hope that's not the only thing that's in there. Anybody that went to Free RPG Day this year, there was an offering to play in Legends of the Mist, and it's
Oh,
a fascinating system.
these are actually book jackets, like a book cover. That's
Oh,
kind of funny.
interesting.
That's interesting. But yes, we have the core book. Oh, it's like two books. There's a core book of the hero, and then there is the narrator, which is volume 2. And then you could have them in this sort of white configuration, or you have a book cover and they become like a dark green. You could put the book cover on it, it becomes a dark green. It's like a jacket to protect uh, from
The books.
this is the Legend of the Mist. It's gotten a lot of very good reviews. This particular game, but here are the books themselves. They're relatively thick. The core book and core book 1, core book 2, the hero, the player character creation, and how that works in the narrator. But there's another book in here too, the setting book, which is the Heart of Ravens, Hearts of Ravensdale. So it has like a setting book, like the world book, with it as well, which is a much thicker book. It's just about as thick as the other two books combined. So you have like this
Yeah.
3-volume set for Legends of the Myth.
And we'll have to do a deeper dive into those books.
Definitely deeper dive. Well, a deeper dive we can do by playing. So
And if they buy us a coffee or get a membership, there is a level in our memberships that they might be chosen to play in the game too.
right, just kind of neat. Yeah, I really like this. That's a very thick book. Right. So effective. So Legends of the Mist uses kind of the powered by the Apocalypse engine.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very different type of play style than a lot of us have done or are used to. Or and there's all these tags that you have, cards almost that you could play and use. for your character. It'd be really good to do like a quick start so we could learn the game and then dive into a proper game for Legend of the Mist. Well,
That was pretty enlightening.
very
Now I
enlightening.
really am at a loss of words.
Me too. All right.
Except for good
Good
night.
night and good rolling.
Bye.